Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode of In the Cup. And Amanda, it's our 20th episode.
Yay! I
And
can't
it's,
believe it's been 20 episodes.
I know, I think we recorded the first episode the week of the Amex, which was in January.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem
hmm
like a lot of time has passed. One, because this year is just flying by.
Yeah.
It's insane. But we're almost halfway through the year.
Insane.
20 episodes is a lot. So we appreciate all of you sticking with us through
Yeah.
said 20 episodes. But Amanda is in New York City this week.
Sure am.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has her New York gear on. And what
Yes.
are the vibes like in New York? We're up to
Oh my gosh.
the city must be buzzing.
It's absolutely insane. The only way to describe it is that it's just electric. New Yorkers are actually like being nice to each other, which is actually hilarious. Like I
Yeah.
saw something online and it was like, I bumped into a guy today walking to work and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." New Yorkers don't say I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're just like they keep going on their
They
way.
just keep going. But no, it's really good. I mean, I think the whole city is just like unified,
Yeah.
which actually it's a really cool thing to experience and to feel, but the city is also absolutely bonkers right now.
Yeah.
Just from the Knicks and the World Cup and we had the Tonys last night right across from
Yeah.
my hotel.
Forgot about that.
So it's been a lot. There's a lot going on, but it's a really fun time.
Yeah, I was gonna text you. I was like, just please be careful when
I
you're
know.
walking around the city. Like, you never
Yeah.
know who's around. Have
Yeah.
you seen a lot of like San Antonio fans or not too many?
Not a lot, honestly, and good because I don't know how that would go over.
How they'd be able to take it?
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs, there were a bunch of Knicks fans outside the hotel that the Spurs are staying at and
Mm,
just booing them when they get on the bus,
oh
like,
gosh.
just to go to practice. So, they're definitely getting heckled. So, I don't think there's a lot of Spurs fans here. I mean, but at the same time, I don't know who's gonna go to this game because nobody can afford it. Like,
Yeah.
tickets just to get in are like $10,000 for the nosebleeds.
Yeah, that's insane. And obviously, I know that due to special VIP guests deciding to show up, they
Mhm.
have pushed back all of the watch parties. So now
Yeah.
I'm sure people are like kind of scrambling to figure out where they can
Yeah.
watch it and things like that. And if you're going to the game, which this will air after this game,
Correct.
but if you're going this
To the
week,
next
just
game.
yeah, just make sure you're preparing ahead of time and getting
Yeah.
there early, or else you might not. Because this happened. What was the event? It wasn't. Oh, it was tennis. I think it was, and I think people couldn't get in for like an hour, and they missed like the
Yeah.
first set or whatever of the matches, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate. Because again, you pay so like imagine paying $10,000 for a ticket
And
and
then
you don't.
missing.
Yeah, you miss half the game. I'd be
Yeah.
pissed. I don't care
Oh,
who's coming
yeah.
in.
No. Well, and because of this VIP, attendee, like, there are 4 or 5 blocks either direction around the garden that are just blocked off, and the Secret Service is doing, like, TSA security to get in. Like, they even on the news this morning and all of us were like, "Do not bring a bag.
Mhm.
Literally just go by with, like, your phone, your wallet, whatever."
Yeah.
But
Plus, you
yeah,
don't
it's
wanna get
definitely gonna
robbed.
be my gosh, I know.
Wild out here.
It is. It's going to be insane because there are some other watch parties that have popped up in
Because
lieu
yeah.
of the garden, and of course, there's, like, 2 that are closer to my hotel, which was gonna just be insane. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. I'm excited for tonight. I am nervous for the streets,
Yeah. Just be
but
vigilant, people.
be vigilant, be safe, and don't get too messed up.
Can I also address, have you seen this rumor? And I don't know how it got its legs. I have a theory that Taylor herself might have planted this to distract. But these rumors that
Mhm.
one, she's going to get married in New York City, which I think is untrue in
Absolutely not.
itself. And then there's a rumor
Mhm.
that she's going to get married at the garden, which makes no sense.
Absolute
Like, it's not her
no.
aesthetic, it's not her vibe. Like,
No.
it's,
She's not even going to invite that many people. Like,
yeah,
she's probably gonna have, I mean, a small wedding considering, but no, it's 100% a PR move by
yeah.
someone, I don't know.
But do you think it
But
was
no.
her who planted the story to distract? that could be the ultimate boss lady move if
It
you plant
could.
your own rumor.
Yeah. I mean,
I
maybe
don't
they
know.
get married this weekend.
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to get married this weekend, the 13th of June.
Oh,
Her
yeah,
her
that's
lucky
true.
number. Originally, I heard it was
Yeah.
July, but anyways, I guess we'll see. But I can't imagine she would want to
Yeah.
be, especially now that the Knicks are playing, anywhere near New York City. Although she probably couldn't have anticipated. Anyways,
Yeah.
we'll see. But my guess is that it's very untrue that she's getting married in the city. Maybe
Agreed.
she's doing some things, but I
Right.
doubt this wedding is in New York City. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Let alone the garden.
but I will say that I am happy. Like the last game, game two, was wild. Obviously, it came
Yeah.
down to the last like 2 minutes, minute and a half. But
Oh my god.
I think NBA basketball is back. Like these
I th-
last two games
I think so.
have been throwback to 90s basketball. Like the
Mhm.
physicality, there was no bullshit with the flopping and these. Like there
Yeah.
were some things, but like
The
it
refs were
was what?
horrible.
Yeah,
I'll
refs were
say that.
horrible. Man, the refs have been
But
horrible.
the refs have been horrible, but I agree. I feel like the sport has like a new energy around it,
Yeah,
which is awesome and super fun to see.
yeah.
So,
I agree.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it was great to watch it. And one of the things is I and obviously I'm not a coach, but why
Mhm.
is Victor Wembanyama shooting threes and dribbling the ball down the court? I understand he has the ability to do so, but when he
Mhm.
stands under the basket and puts his arms straight up, he can literally swish the net. So why aren't
Correct.
you parking your ass in the post
Right?
and just taking like when you saw him go one on one
Yeah.
versus Cat in the key and
Mhm.
like he could easily get around with his wingspan alone. He could just do like a little pivot and whoop.
Yep.
But why are you like messing around trying to shoot threes and dribbling down the court? Like you're so tall. These little guys like Brunson and they're just gonna pick you
Mm.
every single time.
Yes.
So again, why aren't you parking your 7 foot ass in the post and just
Yes.
taking I don't know. I'm sure there's
Taking the
strata to
charge
it.
or
Yeah.
yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know.
I'm sure. I mean, listen, they were all over Brunson, but he made it work.
Yeah.
That's my king right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, but that guy, Wemby is humongous.
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't understand. And maybe it's to like draw people out of the paint, but like again,
yeah,
I don't understand. But yeah, Jalen was it was a little dodgy. Well, first of all, like he almost got injured a couple times, but they
I,
definitely got a slower start in game one.
mhm,
Like they were creeping along. And then like
yeah,
that fourth quarter, thank God, like Carl Anthony Towns like kept them in that game. But they came back to
yeah,
life in the fourth quarter. And then
yeah,
in game two, they kind of got the energy back a little bit. So
yeah.
hopefully game three and
Uh,
four with the crowd, all of that
I
home
hope
energy.
so. Yeah, I mean, I think when Brunson got injured the first game, I think they just shot him up with a bunch of superpowers and were like, this is gonna get you through the next week and a half and you're gonna figure it out. I think there's such like camaraderie on the team between Brunson, Hart. Like it's just they're a fun group.
Yeah. I think they know what the
And
moment means too to like the
yeah.
city. You see all the
Mhm.
celebrities are there. You're seeing the OGs
Yeah.
like Allen Houston and you see Patrick Ewing there. So they
Mhm.
know like the
Yeah.
gravity of the moment.
100%. And I think, and we've talked about this before, there's so many kids that look up to these players. Like
Mhm.
Brunson alone. I went to the NBA store on Saturday and there were just so many kids with their parents, like, I want to get a Brunson jersey, and
So
which
cute.
is adorable.
Yeah.
But these are the people that these kids are looking up to, right? Which is, I think, a whole nother added layer to it where, you see this new generation coming up, right? Like we grew up and like that player was Kobe. It was
Mhm.
Kobe, it was Shaq, and those were the people you looked at. They played a great game.
Mhm.
And I think these individuals are like the next generation of
Like the stars for
those
like the
those
kids. Yeah.
stars. Yeah. Because you don't want someone who's a jerk off the court to be
Yeah.
that person. So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, wishing you and sending you all of the
Thank you.
vibes. And we won't say Knicks in how many games because we're just gonna let them play it out, see how it goes. But
Mhm.
yeah, we're hoping.
Yes.
But anyone who's in New York City, just Be cautious, everybody, and be nice, be kind.
Yes.
There's a lot
Be
of people
kind.
around the city this week for every which reason. Well, that's great. I'm happy for you. This past weekend, I attended the
Yeah.
US Women's Open at Riviera, and I will say that the vibes were immaculate. Like, I've been to, as we all know, plenty of men's tournaments from majors to champions,
Mhm.
tour, pro-ams, etc. And the energy at this tournament, while the attendance wasn't, obviously it's not where it should be. Like,
Right.
everyone was so nice, everyone was just happy to be there, everyone was chatting. There wasn't the golf bros yelling, except for
Yeah.
one time when I was watching Nelly. It was just nice and peaceful. But even getting up to Riviera, you park
Yeah.
near the Third Street Promenade. You have the backdrop of the beach in Santa Monica, the pier. So it's like what you imagine California to be. And
Mhm.
I'm not an LA girly. Like, I
No.
avoid Los Angeles at any cost. Like, even the
Mhm.
thinking of the drive up there from San Diego made me nauseous. Because I was like,
Yeah.
how much traffic are we going to hit? Are we going to get there?
Mhm.
But then you catch the shuttle because you can't park, obviously, in the Palisades. But then
Right.
you take the shuttle through and you see all of these like old LA homes. You see these modern ones. They're multi-million dollar homes. It's so nice. And then you get
Yeah.
to Riviera and it's iconic. It's just a nice course to look at. It's cut nicely. It's everything
Mm.
is as it should be. And I think my favorite part of the course is, so I didn't know this because the last time, and I don't mean to sound pretentious, but the last time we had clubhouse tickets, so we stayed in the
Yeah.
clubhouse, which is on top of the hill. And every time we thought about going
Mhm.
down, and my niece was there
Nope.
with us at the time, and I was like, we are not walking down this hill and walking back up. So I didn't get to walk
Mhm.
around the course, but when you go, the layout is kind of like one goes down, you tee up and hit down the hill, and then you come back to two where the driving range and stuff is, and then you go to
Mhm.
three, and then it starts to go like outward in. So you go to four, and you kind of make a loop around the outskirt, and then you hit nine and 10, and you go kind of on the inside, which I
Yep.
didn't know before. But when you get to the back, like the par 3 6, it looks like a botanical garden. It had all these
Oh,
like
it's so
nice
nice.
trees and flowers, and the weather was gorgeous once the marine layer. But
Yeah.
it was so nice. Again, the weather was perfect. After the tournament, we were there for like 7 hours. We saw
Oh,
Nelly
wow.
finish up on Saturday. We got sushi after at Sugarfish.
Um,
Amazing. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 to
yeah.
go to Sugarfish, and they just opened one here in San Diego. But it was a vibe. I have a new cup for in the cup, a new mug.
Love
Obviously, got
it.
some new swag.
Mhm.
So yeah, Nelly pulled it off, not without some
She sure
drama
did.
at the end. She
Mm-mm.
she made some moves on Saturday and Sunday, but it was crazy because the way she was playing, I got a little worried because people could pull away, but the leaders never, like in those first few days, it was hovering around 4, 5, 6. No one was
Mhm.
really making a big move, so it left the door wide open for Nelly. If she had one good day where she shot 3 or 4 under, like she would
Yeah.
get up there. And that last putt on 18, I texted you, literally gave me a heart attack. It
Yeah.
toilet bowled around for the par, and I was like, "Girl, don't do this to us." But yeah, congrats to Nelly. It's her 4th major. She's only 2 points away from the LPGA Hall of Fame. Like, I forget the total
Wow.
amount of points you need, but it's like you get a point for every regular win, you get 2 points for the
Mhm.
majors, Olympics, and then whatever but she's only 2 points away. $2.5 million. Ally raised the purse by half a
Okay.
million dollars this year. So we love to see it. We've been seeing
We
it
love
all
it.
season. These tournaments starting to increase the purses for the women because they deserve it.
They sure
And I
do.
cried. Obviously, I cried.
Of course. I mean, yeah. And like she needs what? The Women's British Open and the Evian for
Yeah,
the
to
Grand
complete their
Slam.
grand. Well, actually, I think for women, I think 4 is a grand slam, and then 5 is like the super grand
Super Grand
slam.
Slam.
But, I mean, I can't imagine that she's obviously a generational talent, and we're seeing the best of her this year. She's been the
Mhm.
most I think she's the most consistent on the men's and women's side. Like, we'll
Right.
talk about Scottie later in his little mini meltdown, but I think Nelly's been lights out for on both the men's and women's side, like 2 majors this year. I think
Mhm.
this is her 4th win of the year. So yeah, we're seeing the best of Nelly right now. So what else does she get? She gets the Mickey Wright
Uh-oh.
Medal, the Heart and Simple Trophy, 5-year exemption to all the other majors, and 10-year exemption to the US Open. The thing about Riviera, they actually have a Ben Hogan trophy, and all the
Okay.
major winners get their names engraved on that trophy as well.
Oh,
So she'll be on there. I think it's a mix of men, well, obviously because the women have never played a major there, but a
yeah.
mix of men and women. So that I think that's historic because obviously she'll be, I think, one if not the only woman on that trophy. So
Which is incredible.
yeah.
Like, there's not enough hype around that.
That's what I was saying. Like, I was looking around, and at one point, you could see the crowds following Nelly, and it was a big crowd, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, if this was Rory, that crowd would be like 4 times the amount of people.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, this leaderboard was tight. Like, there were
Mhm.
at least, 10 women within, like, in contention this whole time.
Yeah.
And especially towards the end when Charlie Hull and Gabby Lopez were making a charge, if Nelly missed out one last putt, it would have gone into a 3-player playoff in the end. So they obviously have the talent. They can definitely
Yeah.
bring the drama. So everyone just go out and check out a women's tournament. I swear you won't be
Yeah.
disappointed. We actually sat next to this older couple from Seattle and they were like,
Mhm.
yeah, we've just been making the rounds to all of the women's tournaments. I'm like, good
A
for
dream.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope to do that when I'm retired. Just bounce
Seriously.
around to different tournaments. And then Jess was there with Grayson, her son, her dad and mom were
Mhm.
there. So, and she actually cried. I've never seen Nelly cry, but
Aw.
she cried, I cried. We had a virtual moment.
Yes. You guys are connected.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really cool to see. And then Kiara Romero had the low score for the amateurs. I think she's now the number one am, and her sister was actually playing too. Kalea, they both actually Kiara plays at Oregon still. Her sister played at
Okay.
Oregon. She's on the Epson tour, and then their brother Kyrese also plays at Oregon, and it was on the bag for Kalea. So it was like a whole family
Oh,
thing
wow.
for the
Family
Romero.
affair.
Yeah, so that was
That's
cool to
fun.
see. Yeah, I got to see her, play a little bit too, along with, Maria Jose Marine, who won
Mhm.
the Augusta Am, Women's Am.
Mhm.
So, she missed a par putt on one of the last holes to tie Kiara for the low Am, but it was just cool to see, all these players that you normally watch on TV. I was bummed I didn't get to see Michelle Wie West, though,
Yeah.
cut, unfortunately, but she had a cool moment with her daughter at the end. Her husband,
Mhm.
Johnny West, actually, he's the son of Jerry West, NBA legend, and he's part of the Warriors front office. So that's why they
That's
moved to the
sick.
area. Yeah, very cool, right?
I did not realize that.
Yeah. So he was caddying for her. And there was just, all these storylines, which is appropriate for having this major in Los Angeles. But next year, it's going to be at Inverness, which I believe is in Ohio. It's in the Midwest somewhere. And they're gonna start to play more of these, like, elite courses moving forward. So that was the women. The men, we mentioned Scottie's mini meltdown, but they were in Dublin, Ohio for Jack's tournament, the memorial. It
Mhm.
was actually the 50th anniversary of the memorial tournament, and
Wow.
Jack and his wife are just the cutest little couple. Like, they've been married for almost 60 years. At the end of the tournament, they sit, like, at the end of the 18th hole, like, waiting for the players. Jack shakes their hand, and him and Barbara are just, like, they're just the cutest little they met in
Barb.
college. Yeah, just
I
Jack and
love that.
Barb living the
Jack and
dream.
Barb.
Yeah, and they met, I think, at Ohio State. I think that's where they went to school. They got engaged in college, and yeah, again, they've been married for almost 60 years, which
Good for
you
them.
rarely see anymore. Although
Mm-mm.
Diane and Ernie are going to have their 50th wedding anniversary in a couple of years. But yeah, in this day and age, you don't see very many marriages that last that long.
No.
So that was cool to see. But the winner was JT Poston, who's a
Mhm.
local Carolina boy. But I was texting you that it was crazy because on Saturday, they had crazy weather in Ohio, in Dublin. Like it was storming, it was hailing. So they postponed round three. I think the leaders only got to hole five and they postponed. But JT hadn't qualified for the US Open yet. So he was going to play today on the golf's longest day to qualify for the US Open, and if he didn't win, he would have played, like, 67 holes or something within 2 days. Because for the US Open qualifiers, they play 36 holes in a day, and then he had to
Mhm.
play the final round plus the remainder of the 3rd round on Sunday. So it would have just been wild if he didn't win. So congrats to JT, and I cried with
Yeah.
him too because his wife came out. They have a little infant baby in the carrier, their son, but that was a pretty cool story. And that it went to a playoff with Ryan Gerard, second week in a row
Yeah.
that the guys have gone into a playoff.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Bring the drama. Bring all the drama.
Yes. Yes. Give it to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Hmm?
Speaking of drama,
Yes. Go on.
Gottie's little meltdown.
Yeah. It was a hot topic. Obviously, we never see like a heated Scotty.
No.
Although I wouldn't really class I feel like he was just disappointed and frustrated in himself. Everyone was like, he
Yeah.
ripped into Ted Scott. First of all, he said golly.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Golly. I was
yeah, if
like,
you're
oh, so you're real mad.
yeah, you throw out the golly, and that really shows you that he's over the top.
You what?
What do you say?
He said, I want to speak on this topic.
Give him an ear.
Yeah. Come on over.
Chad has thoughts, guys, on this topic.
Yeah.
Speak, sir.
Oh, yeah. You need that.
Hey, Chad.
Now, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So in 2013, I played in the New Jersey State Amateur at Baltusrol, and I had a caddy from the club come around with me. And on the first day, we had an unbelievable day. I hit the ball terrible, and he
Mhm.
was awesome. We shanked it around Baltusrol upper, and I shot 77. And a lot of it was the caddy's doing. He helped
Mhm.
me a ton.
Yeah.
And the second day, we were playing Baltusrol lower, which is where they've had US Opens and PGA Championships. It's where Phil won his first major.
Mhm.
And I hit the ball really good. And I played the back nine first, and I shot even on the back nine. And I came to the front nine, and I started off birdie, par, bogey. And we came to, it's like the fourth hole. It's a par three over water. And the caddy gave me a number that I trusted without thinking. And I hit a
Mhm.
shot that came up about 5 yards short of the green.
Mm.
No big deal.
Yeah.
But we got up there, and I asked the caddy, my ball mark was on the green and my ball
Mhm.
had rolled back short of the green. I asked him if I could fix the divot,
Mhm.
and he said, absolutely. And I fixed it, and I ended up getting up and down. And a rules official came over to me after the hole
Mhm.
and said, the divot that you fixed was on the green. That's illegal. That's a 2-shot penalty.
But why
And
how come you're
because
to
this
fix
was
it?
written in the rules. You're not allowed to fix a ball mark on the green when you were off the green. It's a 1-shot
Oh.
penalty usually. And if the ball was directly in your line, it's a
Mm.
2-shot penalty. And I had a mental breakdown, and I had a conniption fit on this poor caddy who
Yeah.
was doing his job, and he was doing a great job,
Mhm.
honestly. And I lost my freaking mind, and I cursed him off, and I
Oh.
sent him off the golf course. I told him to go home.
Chad.
It's so easy to get
Yeah.
lost in a moment where you're playing well and somebody else tells you something that's inherently wrong. I'm
Mhm.
not defending Scotty, but when you are locked in and you're in the zone and you have a partnership with your caddy,
Mhm.
it's very difficult for them to be the one that fucks up. So Scotty giving it back to his caddy a little, I think that it's inappropriate because he's on TV. But
Yeah.
in basically any other situation, the conversation that they had, I think, is fair.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So this happened on 16. Scotty hit it into the
Yep.
water, and he was like, "I didn't think I was gonna hit it in the water." Scotty, none of us think that we're gonna hit it in the water, but I don't know what the direction was. Like, I don't
It
know
was a
what
bad
Ted.
number. It was a
Oh,
bad
okay.
club.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Ted
he
Scott
gave he
gave him the
gave him
wrong
the wrong
number.
number. He
Okay.
he hit a shot that he thought was good, and it ended up coming up short and going in the water. And it's just like it's very jarring in the moment, especially when you're cruising and things are going well. You're
Yeah.
never ready for a caddy error to cost you money or
Yeah.
shots or making the cut at the New Jersey Am.
Yeah. The mo it's like it's up there with the majors.
There you go. Thank you,
But
Tiff.
yeah, thanks for sharing your perspective. We appreciate it.
I mean, I think with that perspective, like, I
It
mean,
makes a little more
listen,
sense now that you kind
it
of know the backstory.
100%. But I think it's also just the fact that Scottie showed emotion.
Yeah,
Like,
because normally he's a
he's
robot.
yes, he Scottie does Scottie things. He just goes out there and I mean, where did he even land? I don't even know where he
He
finished.
was in the top 20 or 25,
Okay.
but I think he ended up finishing at, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 under. He's
Okay.
still playing well. Like, we have these, like, such, like, grand aspirations for Scotty. The guy still has been in the top 20 in, like,
Yes.
every single tournament. He's only
Mhm.
won once. He's not having the winning season that he had last year, but he still has the
No.
potential to win, and in the
Mhm.
grand scheme of things, he's still playing amazing golf, where you see some of these
Yes.
other players week after week not make the top of the leaderboard
Mhm.
consistently. So we all need to give Scotty a break, and us in particular, we're always like, Scotty this and Scotty that. We put him
Yeah.
on such a high pedestal. But when we talk about earlier, like Jalen Brunson being the
Mhm.
example for kids, that's Scotty. That's
Yeah.
Scotty. That's Rory
Yeah.
for that generation right now. So, but
Agreed.
we can cut Scotty a little bit
Mhm.
of a break, and I'm sure
He still
Ted
has a
Scott feels
newborn
very
at
bad.
home.
I was thinking about that too. Like, is he a little bit more irritated because maybe he's not getting the sleep that he normally would?
Probably. Well, and
Um,
I feel like if we go back and look at the tournaments he played in after they had Bennett, I'm
mhm.
pretty sure he was in, like, the same situation.
Yeah, we could take a look back, but he was definitely playing and again, don't wanna blame it on
Right.
being a parent, but it's just a truth, right? You have 2
Yeah.
2 kids at home, and you're not gonna be able
Mhm.
to do all the things that you did before. Like, even last year when JJ Spawn won the Open, his daughter had, like, a stomach virus in the middle of the night, and he was at CVS at 2 in the morning and then had to come back and play. He still won, but,
Yeah.
that's just, like, life.
That's just yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of being a parent and a pro golfer.
Yeah, and when Scotty won earlier in the year, this was pre second child. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, again, it's not blaming parenthood or whatever. It's just
No.
life. It's just
Yeah.
reality of things you have to deal with. Like, just like anyone who's going to work,
Yeah.
like you get, obviously Scotty can't well, he could leave the golf course if a child calls home sick or whatnot, but you
Right.
know. But yeah, so wild weekend at the memorial as well. And I'm not sure what the purse was, but anyways, but JT Poston doesn't have to worry about qualifying for the US Open because now he's in it. So, good for him.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, hey.
Yeah. And then today, golf's longest day, the final
Mhm.
qualifying for the US Open, which is next weekend.
Yeah.
There's one more tournament this weekend, but I mentioned earlier they have to play 36 holes in one day. There's 10 different sites. They're only allowed to walk, no carts, which they never have carts, but
Yeah.
they're allowed to have a caddy, but some, like AMs, they don't have caddies, they carry their own bags. Last year, Max Homa actually carried his own bag because he was going through his caddy
Okay.
drama, and he was out there schlepping
Yeah.
his bag around on his own. So,
Hey.
gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah. And listen, if you're playing in the obviously the golf's longest day and you're fighting for a spot. Literally, we just talked about it, right? Scotty was listening to his caddy.
Caddy. Mhm.
Like, you're gonna go out there and like, I need to just focus and I know what I need to do,
Yeah.
right? Like they just kind of that you kind of just like take everything else out
Mhm.
and just focus on trying to get that spot.
Yeah, and we've talked about how grueling golf is just physically and mentally
Mhm.
in general. Like, it's just you and your swing thoughts out there, right?
Right.
Similar to tennis, and we might be able to get to the French Open later, but you have a team behind you, but at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you to perform. There's no one else to blame except for you if you
Yeah.
swing the club bad that day. So, yeah, it's tough, man. And Max is playing Max is trying to qualify again this year. Tony Finau, Blades Brown,
Mhm.
Michael Thorbjornsen. There's some big names that are trying to qualify.
Yeah.
And it's wild because obviously we see Tony, he's a big figure on the
Yeah.
tour. He's always in some of these big tournaments, and even someone like him has to go out there and grind it out for 36 holes just to qualify. So the tables
It's
can
crazy.
turn at any given moment. And obviously Tiger Woods will not be playing, but Charlie
Nope. Mhm.
is caddying for one of his friends this week or today to qualify. So there
That's
is
awesome.
a Woods presence out there
Yes.
in the ethos. But we mentioned that the US Open is next week, but the RBC
Mhm.
Canadian Open is this week. Last year's winner was Ryan Fox. I don't have too many notes on the Canadian Open, although I hear the course
Yeah,
is really nice.
it is.
Because you've been there
Yeah,
before, right?
I have. So my husband's best friend is the golf instructor at TPC Toronto. So
Ooh.
we've gone. It's gorgeous. I mean, they just redid everything over the last, several years. The clubhouse is beautiful. Obviously, I need to brag on the golf pro. He's great.
The
But
best in Canada.
he's the best out there. I mean, I think it's going to be a really fun tournament. It's kind of I don't want to say it's. I mean, it is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It is TPC Toronto, but it's actually like 45 minutes from Toronto.
Okay.
So I think it'll be good. I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be close. But
Yeah.
who do you think is going to take it home?
Honestly, I'm not even sure who's playing in it. I would imagine that like
Same.
a Scottie and a Rory aren't playing because it's the week before the Open. But
Yeah.
obviously, we have all these people who need to kind of win and get points. So
Mhm.
I would imagine that there's gonna be some names in there, maybe not like the big stars, but sometimes it's better. Kind of like we were talking with the French Open last week, like all the big guys were out, but I thought this
Mhm.
tournament was one of the best ones I've seen because you really didn't know who was gonna make it out of the pack. And then when you're talking about stories, like you learn so much more about other players and that just kind of that grows the game, that grows interest. You become fans of new players, you learn
Yeah.
new things, so I don't know. I'll probably still watch
Oh
for
yeah.
sure and see what happens.
I'll
Mm,
watch. I'll take a nap.
yeah. Even
Watch
if it's a big
again.
tournament, I'll take a nap. I took a
Yeah.
nap during this past weekend when I was flipping between the women's, and the memorial, so,
Yeah.
it's one of the
I
great things
feel like
about golf.
growing up, whenever I remember just going to my grandparents' house all the time, and my grandfather every weekend would just have golf on. And I'm like, Grandpa, this is so boring. You put it on, and all you do is take a nap. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, put on golf. I need to take a nap.
Yeah, that is us now. I used to say the same thing about my aunt. I would go down to her room and I was like, "How are
Mhm.
you watching this? It's, like,
Right.
so boring, it's quiet." She is me. I am her now.
Yes. Correct.
The LPGA, they are gonna be in
Hmm.
Midland, Michigan. Actually, they're gonna be in Michigan for the next 2 weeks, but the Dow
Okay.
Championship is this week, and I didn't know this one, but it's actually a team tournament, so they play in pairs, and Nelly is
Cool.
playing with her friend Olivia Cowan, who's a German player. She plays on the Ladies European Tour, and this is the first time she's played since 2022 when she played with Jess, but Jess is,
Hmm.
pregnant again. So, although not that it really shouldn't stop, but we had Madeline Sagstrom, who played the Women's US Open, 7 months pregnant. She didn't make the cut, but girl, I commend you for playing
Yeah.
7 months pregnant. But
Good
not
for
to say
her.
that Jess could or could not play, but, for whatever reason, she's not. So Nelly has another partner. And Julie Inkster, the Hall of Famer, who has 31 LPGA Tour wins. She's been in Solheim
Oh,
Cup, 7 majors. She's actually coming back to play. I think she's 63, 62, 63. But she's
good
coming
for
back to
her.
play this one with Angel Yin, who's a character who you will actually like because she was in a press conference last week and she was
Hmm.
talking about her newfound gluten allergy that she just
Oh,
discovered, and she
girl.
she doesn't believe in it. She's like, "I'm
Yep.
just gonna power through this. I don't think it's real."
Listen, sis, I said the same thing. I said,
It's real.
I grew up eating gluten. I grew up in New York. I had pizza, I had bagels, I had pasta.
Mhm.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's very real.
So,
So,
just be careful on tournament days when you're eating all the gluten.
correct. You don't want, ew, girl.
Yeah.
No,
But,
mm,
yeah, so
not enough time.
she's a gluten denier.
Mm,
And then also on the women's side, we have the Curtis Cup, which is kind of like a
yes.
Solheim Cup, but for the amateurs. So it's the U.S. women's amateur players against Great Britain and Ireland. And they're
Hmm.
playing at Bel Air Country Club, which is right down the road from Riviera. Also looks
Yeah,
like an amazing course. It's private, obviously.
of
All
course.
of the Hollywood stars are members, but it's 3 days of
Hmm.
match play. We'll see Kiara Romero again and some of the other AMs, but I think it's cool. They get to spend 2 weeks in LA and have some extra competition. So
Yeah.
it's actually been pretty busy in the golf world, all leading up
Hmm.
to again the men's US Open in a couple of weeks where we'll see if Scottie can do it. Can do the Grand
Yes.
Slam. Catch up on your sleep, Scottie. And said, "Scott,
Yes.
get your numbers in order because our man's
Whew.
needs to be on top of his game." So again, the golf world has been pretty busy. We talked about just going back to
Mhm.
the French Open. Another story, I cried again. Sasha Zverev won the men's, and poor Sasha. Well, one, it's amazing because he's a type 1 diabetic, so he
Oh,
literally does
wow.
insulin mid-match, and he's been a big
Wow.
advocate and spokesperson for the diabetic community.
Yeah.
But, a little unfortunate when you're playing in the generation of the big 3, and now you have Sinner and Alcaraz coming up. When Rafa retired and Novak's getting old, you're like, I'll finally have my time," and then you have Sinner and Alcaraz coming up, and he's lost to Sinner, I think, 3 or 4 times this season, but he finally got his major, so
Mhm.
congrats to Sasha. And, Mira Andreeva won on the women's side. Teenager, she's only 19. First teenager to win Roland Garros since Monica Seles in 1992, which is
Wow.
wild. And the great story there was she played the Polish player, Maja, God, I'm gonna butcher this, I'm sorry, Maja, but Halinska from Poland, who grew up with Iga. Wow,
Mhm.
Polish names are hard, man.
They're very hard.
Like, I don't know what to do with all the
Polish and
letters.
German names. It's
Yeah.
just a lot.
But there's just a lot of letters that, like, combined and you don't know how to pronounce
Mhm.
them. But anyways, she was a qualifier and she made it to the finals. First man or woman to go from being a qualifier to making it to the finals. And she's been in Paris for like 3 weeks because she had to play all of the the qualifier tournaments and then play
Yeah.
the tournament. So she's been there forever. So, but
Honestly, a
congratulations.
dream.
Yeah. But yeah, you need to plan a trip to Paris. But congratulations to Mira, and now I can get a little bit of my sanity back because
Mhm.
I just took up a lot of space and time the
I
last
did.
weeks, but it was a great tournament. I think the one thing we didn't talk about was the Grand Prix, which
Yeah.
kind of like LA, but escalated was in Monaco. It was just the yachts and the
Mhm.
fashion, the celebrities. It's just a dream.
It is. It is. It's just like it's a playground for millionaires, basically.
Yeah, I sent you that thing that to, like, live in Monaco, you have to put $500,000 into a bank in Monaco to even be able to be a resident there. It's like,
It's
"Okay,
crazy.
here you go.
Sounds
Take my
good.
money."
No
Yeah,
problem.
but I guess it's good for celebrities because there's less paparazzi there, it's smaller,
Yeah.
so tax-free, I think, income tax-free. But if you have an extra, $500,000 laying around, you can go live in Monaco.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, but
And be able to go to the game 3.
yeah, exactly. You can do all of these things. You can fly your
Yeah.
jet from Monaco, from the Nice airport to, New York City and watch
Yeah.
3 of the NBA finals. I'm just curious who do you think's gonna be on Celeb Row tonight?
Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's Jalen Stan, loves him.
My queen and my king.
Yeah. Timothy,
Obviously,
obviously, right,
Thomas. Yes.
Ben
Yes.
Stiller.
Fat Joe.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
did you
Ben
see the video of
Stiller.
Fat Joe and Timothy taking the private jet back from San
Yes.
The most,
I'm
like,
like,
odd pairing.
it I am obsessed with it though. First of all, I don't know. Everyone loves Timothy Chalamet and like he's great. I have
Yeah.
nothing against him. But I'm just like, how did this happen?
How did this
How did
come to
we
be?
get here?
And is it your plane or his plane or
Right. Or
but yeah,
your girlfriend's?
true. Because I think Kylie has the largest private plane of well, besides, like, a Bezos or whatever, but she has one of the
Yeah.
largest private planes out there. So, yeah, maybe it was hers, who knows?
Who knows?
There's probably gonna be Nick's greats there, like, Carmelo's probably gonna be there,
Oh
Patrick
yeah.
Ewing. Yeah, it's just gonna be a
There's
star-studded event going from
yes.
the Hollywood Hills to the streets of New York City all
These
within a few
freaks.
days. Yeah. Alright, well, that was an episode, but before we go, in honor of our 20th episode and to
Yes.
celebrate the US Women's Open, we are gonna be doing a giveaway of a few items that I was able to snag from the merch shop at Riviera. So keep an eye out for posts on Back Nine Blog Instagram and
Mhm.
like the post, tag a friend, subscribe, do all of the things. But it's our first giveaway, so we're excited and bear with us
Yes.
because again, it's our first giveaway. So
Yeah.
who knows what's
We'll
gonna happen?
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but someone's gonna get some cute stuff.
So yeah, take a look out for that. Amanda, enjoy New York City with Chad.
Thank
Be
you.
safe. Go Knicks.
Go next.